Oh, hello. How's it going today? Oh, how are you doing? My name's Ornery Cyclops. I'm glad y'all could stop on by. Not much going on the farm right now. Just got back from town picking up some equipment we ordered, and, well, they loaded on a trailer for us and we brought it home. So, figured I'd come over, bring it home, and just get it unloaded. Got a little bit of work planned for today, though. And got some contracts we're going to pick up and go take care of. What we're looking to do here is actually start a cattle farm. Got this nice little grass field here. Unfortunately, we just bought the farm, and just before we bought it, they cut it, so we can't do anything with it at the moment. But got this nice little cattle. Jeez, getting ahead of myself. That's what we're doing. We're going to start a cattle operation for dairy, and well, this field here should be pretty good. Actually, get that going. So, if you want to hang out and see what's going on around the farm and what we're going to do to get things established, stick on around. We do need to go pick up a weeder so we can go take care of these contracts. Let me get all this stuff unloaded real quick and head on into town. Well, stick on around and enjoy the music. Oh, that was eventful. Apparently, I can't back up short wheelbase vehicles too well, but I think everyone has that little problem every now and then. And I think what we're gonna do now is just head on into town, go buy this hoe, pick it up, and get your mind out of the gutter. I'm not going to get that kind of hoe. So I'll talk to you again once we get to town and get this loaded up. See you then. Okay, well, I had to stop and top this truck up in fuel, which I honestly didn't need much, but I also needed to get some fuel in this tank that we have here. So, well, honestly, I don't have to worry about running out of fuel in the field. Just gonna pull this around real quick. I'm gonna go in and talk to these guys, get this thing bought, and come back and talk to you when that's said and done. Catch you here in a minute. Okay, well that's said and done. Unfortunately, I had to run back home before I could actually pick this thing up, so I didn't even sign the paperwork until it was said and done. Uh, Actually, the case that I had wouldn't work this thing, unfortunately. I mean, it only has 145 horsepower, which is good enough to do stuff around the farm. I thought it'd be able to work a hoe, but I guess not. So I ran back on home, picked up the Kubota there. It's got 200 horsepower, so I definitely have no problem pulling this thing and get these contracts done. So I'm gonna climb up in here. Okay, get her started. And get this thing hooked up, throw it back in the trailer. I mean, just so we can get around a little bit faster here. Figure just move everything around on the trailer here. Unfortunately, these contracts are a little scattered. Got her hooked up. I don't think we have any low bridges we need to worry about. So we should be alright doing this. Come on, get over. Try to get this thing a little bit more centered. Get away from the role play for a second here. If you really want to laugh, just watch me drive. Doing stuff like this here constantly, and yeah. One of the worst drivers in Farm Sim is what I call myself, unfortunately. Not the greatest. Oh, oh, oh. Let's get centered. Still not there, but we'll be there in a second. Nope, that'll have to do. Alright, lock up and get this thing strapped down and get on out of here. Alright, everything is strapped. Looks good. Probably should have lowered that a little bit, but I think we'll be alright. Actually, let me do that while I'm thinking about it. Ugh. Alright, here we go. Now we'll strap it down. Everything should be alright. I'm going to hop in here, pick up these contracts real quick. We'll get rolling and get it done. And we're going to do some hoeing contracts, so I don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get stuff done. I'm going to be doing some contracts for a little while just to get everything situated and set up. And I have a $250,000 loan in the bank right now. Had some money from doing things beforehand. That's how we bought the property we have. So that's not too bad. We're able to pick up a couple tractors and some mowing equipment because the size of the field we have. I think we're just going to do these 3 large contracts for right now. And then if we have time, we'll pick up those other 2. I wish this thing would actually stay where it was the last time you picked something. Actually, probably should pick up that $8,000 contract, but we'll come back if we have the time and grab that one also. All right, now where's the closest one to us? Let's take a look at the map and see what we have going on here. Well, we got one right down the road here, it looks like. So we'll go do that one first on field 44. If I don't get turned around, because usually I do. And oh, two of these are right on the road heading back to the house, so I can't complain about that. And while we got the PDA pulled up, go ahead and show you some stuff. Oh, maybe not. Nope, never mind. It's not on the road by the house. But since we got the PDA pulled up, I'll go ahead and show you what we have as far as property. Now, property, we just own farmland 52 right here. We have two buildings on it. One of them's a shed, and the other's a workshop. And well, it's where I'm living right now. It's got a little office area and with a bedroom, stuff like that. Unfortunately, no kitchen, but you know, hot plates work just as well. So do microwaves. We got that. Currently, equipment-wise, we have that little case IH that you saw with 145 horsepower. This Kubota, and we also picked up some mowing equipment. We have a mower, we have a baler, tedder, and windrow. So we can just, at least when this field's ready to cut, we can cut it. So there's two of those contracts. Where's that other one at? I mean, the good thing is those two are right down the street from each other. So that won't be a problem. And watch this other one be way on the other side of the map. Or maybe not. Well, you know, we'll find that one when it's time to get there. I'm mark the spot where we're going first. We'll get on that and go get this contract done. So, see you here in a minute. Oh, where is it? You can see the marker. Oh, there it is. I'm getting turned around. Got some geese back there. Here's the field right here, so we're just going to pull off on the side of the road, get everything unloaded, and cross over. Might as well turn on some hazard lights here, let people know we're here. And got the ramps down already. I better turn this off and lock it. That way my truck doesn't leave. Everything's undone. Alright, let's hop in here. Raise this thing back up. Nope, don't unfold up here. Let's raise you up. Wait up, it was already raised. Alright, here we go. We're gonna back up. Have anyone coming from behind? Nope. Front is clear. Let's get started on this thing. Just to make sure we get everything done, I'm going to use some steering assist right here. Calling for one headrow. One headline, not headrow. And here we go. So I'm going to get this field knocked out, and I'll come back to you. Well, that does it for this field. I think all I'm gonna do is call someone up that's been done a little bit of work for me in the past. Let me get them to come handle this other field. I did receive a phone call from a friend of mine looking for some help doing a harvest contract, so we'll go head off and give them a hand doing that. I've got to go pick up the equipment and drive it over to the field and all. So I'm gonna get someone set up on this second contract here. Then I'm gonna go grab that and head on out to the field and get it set up for you. So I will meet back up with you here shortly once I get all that done. See you in a few minutes. Well, that took a few minutes to get done. So we're down here going to be harvesting this wheat field right here. He told me how big it was. I can't remember. I need to take a look at the paperwork. So it shouldn't take too long to get this done. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time, but it shouldn't take too long, if you know what I mean with that. So just hang in there with me and we'll get this done and eventually get on to that third contract. I mean, that third towing contract. So hop out of here real quick. We'll go hook up this a real nice MacDon header here. Thing was nice to pull. Old deer harvester. Go ahead and get this thing started up again and unfold it and get this header hooked up and get started. Got her hooked up. Go ahead and get that those wheels put away too. He didn't say if he wanted any straw or not, so I don't think we're going to bother with dropping straw. Get her lowered, and why am I backing up here? Alright, put this thing back in gear. Alright, turn the header on and get to it. Yes, we got a good GPS, let's use that thing while we're at it too. Don't want to miss anything here, so let's just back up and get that again. Oh, since I've got this going, I'll sit there and talk to you for a few minutes. My goals for this series is to actually go ahead and, as I said earlier, start a cattle farm, cattle ranch, whichever one you want to call it, and primarily deal with dairy. Gonna get some dairy cows, possibly even some buffalo and goats later on as well, and see how that goes. May even branch off into beef cows. There is a butcher shop mod out there done by, what is it? Oh, I can't remember, but I'll have to look at the name and let you know next time. I think it's JD Fan or something like that. Like I said, made a butcher shop mod that I found. I'm going to give that a shot and see how that goes at some point and go from there. Alright, get this whole thing backed up. Man, that swing set is awful close to this field. Oh, wide turn. Let me back up and straighten up again so we can catch all that. I'll be honest with you, I've actually been wanting to record videos and post them here on YouTube for a little while now. I've just been a little hesitant myself. I mean, editing has been something that I've been leery about for a little while, but I'm actually trying my luck at it, see how that goes. Please don't be afraid to leave any comments down below and let me know what you think of the series and let me know if there's anything you think I can do better. I also do stream occasionally on Twitch, same handle. Ornery Cyclops. Oh, left a little. Let's go back and get that. I've only been playing Farming Simulator for actually less than a year now. I started playing Farming Simulator 22 last May, it is, and enjoyed it. Kind of wondering why I hadn't played it before then. It's a nice, relaxing game, especially if you have some friends around. Real good. Doing stuff like this here, I mean, a field like this, you could actually just knock out, have someone running cart for you while you're doing this here. When I'm not doing videos or streaming, it's always fun just to sit back and relax. I found that Farming Simulator is a real good way to relax. I mean, honestly, it's, you know, on a field like this, especially with steering assist, or if you're in Farming Simulator 22, I use VCA, Vehicle Control Assist, and it just made it to where you could relax a little bit and just enjoy yourself. The map that we're playing on is Beulah Land. I can't remember off the top of my head who made the map, but it's actually Beulah Land, I think, North Carolina. I'd have to double check that, and I will correct that by the next video. I will take a look, know that, so I can give credit where credit is due for the map creator. And honestly, he did a phenomenal job on this map. It looks real good. Really have no complaints about it at all. I mean, unfortunately, it's not a complaint, it's an observation. A lot of oops, I'm getting out of steering assist. A lot of modded maps, unfortunately, don't have many production lines, production chains, whatever you want to call them, and some are missing a lot of sell points. This one here's got several sell points, which is good. Has a few production points, but could use a little bit more. It'd be nice if in future iterations of this map we could actually see more like that. It'd be great. And again, I'm not knocking on the map creator or the map itself. Like I said, the map itself is phenomenal. It's a beautiful map. Everything looks good, except for whenever you got to place some stuff down and you only have the 90-degree increment turning on it, like a silage pit or some other placeables. But that's just how they're made. You can easily work around that and figure out a way to make it look to where it's acceptable to you. I mean, unfortunately, I've got a little OCD when it comes to some things like that, but I've come to terms with it. Well, looks like our worker has finished his job, so well, I guess I'll give the farmer a call, make sure we can leave the tractor over there for right now until we can get this field done and go over there and pick it up. Question is, will I make it to the end of this run here before I have to empty this harvester? That delivery driver was on the wrong side of the road there, blocking traffic almost. I will give Giants that. They've made a lot of improvements with the AI and everything like that in Farming Simulator 25, especially on the roads and everything. Even though sometimes they can be weird. Just like that delivery truck on the wrong side of the road for whatever reason. I guess he was trying to pass someone that decided to take off in front of him. Oh, stop. Okay, we'll make it a little bit down this pass here and overcorrect him on a turn there. Not good. Backed up. We'll go a little bit, get that tractor back down here and empty here in a minute. 96%, so won't be long. Might make it, well, we'll make it a little bit to him. Just get that emptied out and keep on going with this. I think after I get the headland done, I might actually get a worker over here to do this, and I'll just run cart for him, and we'll just get that done in a little time lapse. And there we go, we're stopped. Alright, let me run over there and get this tractor. Uh-oh. And here we go. We're going to turn this thing around and head back that way and then swing it back around. Like I said, I'm still new to the editing thing, so I'm still very new to doing videos also. So I'm going to try to do what I can, try not to have a whole bunch of time lapses or cuts, but we'll see how it goes with my first video. And as I said, if you see anything that I can change, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Comments are always welcome, especially constructive criticism. Oh, can't jump through there. Let's run around. I think I might have to actually go get me one of these crampies whenever I get into this stuff. Back it up. Well, why am I backing up? Oh, I know exactly why, because I was in the crop. Here we go. Empty that grain. Sorry, I'm moving around a little bit here, trying to get some stuff situated. Get that closed. Go ahead and drop that, get her back on, and we'll get back on this track. It's going to complete the headland for us, start doing some ups and downs, and hopefully we don't get stuck in the middle of any of this stuff. Well, with luck I'll be able to come back and turn around before this thing is filled up, and we'll get that that tractor over here and empty it again. And I think I am going to go ahead and cut to a time lapse here in just a couple minutes. And like I said, we'll get a worker over here to run this harvester while we run cart for him. And this is going to be interesting because the way this field is cut. I have to come back and make a little pass at the end right there. Probably two little passes, actually. And a couple on the end over there, because it looks like I'm... Wow. I think the ups and downs are running along the road over there, so it's got us on a little angle here. Might be able to get away with just one pass coming back though. So I think I am going to do that real quick. Loop around, get that knocked out, and we'll come back down again. Why am I hitting the brakes? And act like I can't drive. Oh wait, I did say that. Not a great farm sim driver. I'll move a little here and there. It won't hurt anything. I guess what I'm going to do is just head over. We'll catch this next row, and because it's going to bring us back. We're going to have to back out to actually get this thing emptied, unfortunately. I'm hoping to actually be able to implement things like follow me, course play, and auto drive into the series at some point. Still trying to figure that stuff out. Back it up and line up a little. And away we go. Leaving a little bit more, but I think that'll be okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and do a little time lapse of the rest of this harvest. Like I said, after I empty the harvester the next time, I'm going to go ahead and get a worker on it, and we'll get that going. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to a time lapse, and I will see y'all here in a few minutes. Okay, I was having some problem there trying to figure out where it's supposed to go. It needs to go to the farmer's market, and honestly, I've never been there on this map. So, see if I can figure out my GPS disco run, and we'll get this thing topped off and try to. I'll take a quick little break, and I'll see where. Oh well, maybe that's why I'm all the way down at 1. That's why I was having issues. And I'm cutting into him. Not the greatest at doing this stuff. Turn around so I can try to straighten up a little and not run into him yet again. Get the front of this thing full. Move it to the back. And I think as soon as we're done with this row with him, I'm gonna head on out and try to find the farmer's market. And I'm sure it's going to be someplace completely obvious. Alright, well, that's it. We're almost full. So this will work fine. He'll go ahead and get 2 or 3, well, probably 2 ups and downs done. So, dude, where are you going? Really? You're not done. Where are you going? Okay, he's catching the little spots that I missed. Okay, well, on that note, I'm going to do a jump cut real quick so I can find where this farmer's market is, and we'll go from there. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. Once this guy backs up, this is pretty interesting. I mean, for one little bitty old piece, he decided to go way over there. Okay, so my rant is over. I'm going to find the farmer's market, and I'll see you here in a few minutes. Okay, I just found the farmer's market. It's a good bit away. So I'm going to head over there, go drop off this grain, and come on back here in a few minutes. Like I said, I'm trying to keep jump cuts and time lapses down as much as I can, but I mean, otherwise these videos can go long. I know I've seen some that I've been watching several that are about an hour long. I prefer not to do that. I mean, 30-minute videos are actually pretty good in my opinion. Uh-oh. I think I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Sorry, dude, I gotta run over your your root crop. Well, I know for a fact by the time I get back, this guy is going to be full. So what I'm going to do is head on over there, get this dropped off, and we'll come back. See you here in a few. Oh, we finally made it. Jeez, that was a ride. Let me show you that real quick. We're up here all the way in the far corner of the map at the edge. Find my cursor. We're here, and that field we're doing is way over here. And this guy is waiting. He's just sitting there getting paid to do nothing, wasting gas. But you know, it's not my gas. I'm not the one that decided to sell here. I would have gone somewhere else. But you know, that's a long trip. Honestly, maybe they should have leased a semi so we could just did one trip and been done. So, well, said that. I'll see you here in just a second, a few minutes, whatever it is, and we'll get on back over there and empty this guy. Hopefully, people don't try to run me off the road. See you in a few. Okay, we're back. Let's go get this guy emptied and, well, keep it going. Looks like we're about halfway. He's about halfway done with this field, so unfortunately, 2 more trips over there. That's gonna be fun. I still gotta go do that other weeding contract. I'll probably do that myself off camera. Get myself dizzy with my driving, so I do apologize. Make sure we can go straight with him. That was a long trip, man. Like I said, semi is a good note to have for whenever I get fields and start doing my own. So that should be fun. I actually have to look. I thought there was a grains. Should be a grain silo somewhere that you can sell to. Let's go with him. Oh, and I'm heading off on the side. There we go. Line her up, and let's get my angle a little better so we can all see without getting sick. Set speed just a little bit, move up some. And I'm getting a little closer, come on. I love doing this. Unfortunately, like I said before, I'm not the greatest at it. As you can see, I keep moving on over that way. Now the Jefferson's moved on up, I'm moving on over. We'll continue talking about my long-term goals for the series. What I'd like to do next is pick up a piece of land where I can actually have some start growing some crops on it, and go ahead and get a cow barn. I do have a couple ideas of what I'd like to get as far as a cow barn, and it's going to be a little bit of time until we can get that done. All right, we're going to pause right here for a minute. Be back in just a second. All right. Unknown caller, so we're not going to mess around with them. Phone was ringing. Do apologize. We'll head back down here to the other side, and we'll ride back down here with him. That has about 40%, so we'll do that a couple more times, and well, 1.5 more times, and we'll be full. Gonna be real fun. Well, back to what I was saying. I want to pick up some land. A big piece of land I'd love to get, which is right by my property, is a little out of price range currently. We'll move on over to that. As we see, my property is 52. I would love to pick up. I can't read the number. It looks like field 50. I would love to pick up field 50. No, sorry, 51. It's written up right in front of my face, and I'm trying to read it off the map itself. But as you can see, it's over $1 million. So we're gonna have that's gonna be a couple years out of the way. So what I was thinking of was possibly picking up farmland 58. Gonna do a little bit of logging right there as well. Get some stuff done with there, or I could actually come across here and pick up field 57, which is directly below our grass field. Unfortunately, right now it has cotton on it, and I am not thinking about doing any form of cotton. As far as anything else in the area, we got a couple of the large fields, but we also have farmland 68, which is real cheap, and it's kind of small. I mean, I might be able to get enough, drop another grass field over there to make sure we have enough, because when I put the cow barn down, our grass field is going to get eaten up with the fencing. So, but there's a couple other small ones around that I can look into down the street a little bit and all. We'll go from there. We'll get that figured out when it's time. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have the money currently, which is why I'm doing contracts. Contemplated doing some silage for a year or so and selling that, just to see how that helps out with the money, either doing silage or hay, and helping out some of these other guys in the area. But we'll see how that goes when it's time for that, and I don't know. We'll just get her done when we can. As far as the rest of my settings we go, of course, automatic engine start is off. Field settings, everything but periodic plowing is turned on. We're going to be doing 2 days a month at present. I mean, of course, we're in August and we just got started, so it's just going to be the 1 day. But starting in September, we will be running 2 days a month so that we can get stuff done and see how that goes. If we run out of stuff to do, because I do not plan on doing contracts continuously. If I do contracts, I prefer to do those offline, and we'll see just to get some money out. Wouldn't mind getting into some productions, putting on some greenhouses or some things like that, and maybe putting on a cannery and just make some kimchi or bagged spinach, canned peas, things like that to sell. Shouldn't take too much to do that, and the one I have in mind is actually an open garden by the modder Omatana. She's got some pretty nice mods out there if you haven't checked them out. So I'm actually contemplating putting down her open garden for that, and that should actually help us out make some money to get closer to our goal. When I do get started with the cattle, I'm just going to do regular milk cows at first, and eventually we'll get into goats shortly after that, and the next cow barn I'll put down is probably going to be for buffalo. There isn't a dairy on the map, unfortunately, so I do need to have the money set aside to put our own down. I might even start with some of the small productions at first, maybe 1 or 2 small production dairies, and see how that goes. Maybe go into the XML files and get it to where it puts stuff out a little bit faster. Not a lot, just a little. Going to modify a couple things and just get them out. We'll see how that goes and go from there. I don't know why I'm using cruise control set at 6 miles an hour to head back to the other end of the field, because I'm I'm actually keeping up with him. I'll have enough time to turn around and come back with him. I think after this next run, I should be close to needing to go back. So it'll be this run to the farmer's market and one other after that. God, such a long drive though. Man, I took a different way back, which seemed like it was a little easier to get back over here, but it's still a long drive. And believe it or not, I actually had a AI driver going less than 30 miles an hour, which I had made me slow down. That was surprising. Alright, I'm going to turn around real quick. I said it before, this is an awesome map. I do like the way the map looks. And earlier today, I can't remember who came out with it because I didn't even look, to be honest, but they came out with a crawfish production. I'm down here in Louisiana, so we're pretty big on our crawdaddies. So I might even look into that because I mean it's a Carolina map. They have a lot of rice, so it actually fits. That might be a production I'll look into getting into, just to see how that goes. And you know, might not be a lot of money for us, but it'd be a little bit. You know, let this Louisiana boy bring some Cajun taste over here to the Carolinas. I'm actually still trying to look at some other mods to see what other kind of productions are out there and things we can put down that might actually fit with what's going on with us. Well, not with us, but going on with this playthrough. And I've actually been thinking about making videos for a long time, just never really got into it. Like I said earlier, the editing is what kept me out of it. Recently, my family has had a tragedy that made me actually want to get in here and dedicate this series to one of my grandchildren. About a month ago, we lost my 3-year-old granddaughter, Aurora. So this series is actually going to be dedicated to Aurora. And when everything's said and done here, the dairy farm is going to be Aurora's farm. Still trying to work out a logo for it, a permanent, a good name. So if anyone has any comments and would like to make suggestions to that, please feel free to go ahead and do that. On a little sad note and a happy note at the same time, it was hard to lose our baby girl, but heaven gained another angel. So that being said, I'm not going to talk anything more about sad things. I want this series to be upbeat. So occasionally you might actually hear me talking to Aurora. I don't know how often that'll be, but it'll actually come out every now and then. Well, I'm almost done, so I guess what I'll do is come back and ride with him a little, then I'll make that second trip over to the farmer's market and probably end the stream about that time, because it's probably getting, I don't know how long it's going to run so far, but I've been streaming for about an hour and a half. So streaming, you can tell what I've done more than recording. I've actually been in here recording for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. So we'll head over there, drop that off, and that's probably where I'll go ahead and in the episode. But we'll see what happens between now and then. It may go a little longer. 6 miles an hour. It's fun when you're riding next to them, but when you're waiting on them, it takes forever. I have dogs over here making a bunch of noise, and they're about to start barking, unfortunately, because my daughter is fixing to walk through the door from school here in the next couple minutes. So if you hear barking, please forgive me. Well, there's not going to be a whole lot left to bring over there on that second trip. Well, that third trip, not second, but not this trip, but the one after that. I think we all know what I'm talking about. move into place, so when you finally do figure out how you're going to turn around, we can get you unloaded. Here he comes. And there we go. Oh, come on, I gotta speed up, man. Thing swung right in front of me. Decrease that speed a little bit. Oh, that didn't take much at all. So I'm gonna head back down here to the bottom of the field, which, like I said, seemed to be a little bit faster than the previous trip that I made. Alright, so I'm gonna say I will see you at the farmer's market. Catch you in a minute. This happened. Let's see if I can get out. Come on, let's go. I might have to call a tow. Alright, well, I thought you'd find this interesting, so I'll see you guys here in a few minutes. Well, that was an ordeal. I was not expecting to drive into a ditch. Fortunately, the crop didn't fall out, so that was a good thing. Luckily, one of my neighbors came by and saw me there. He has a big old Ford F450 and with a winch on it, so he said, I'll give you a hand. So it took us about 45 minutes to get us out of there and make sure his tractor was okay, but it worked out pretty good. Here we are. I'm going to talk to them after I drop this off and see if it'll be okay if I bring that last trailer load over here tonight, because they're about to close here in a couple minutes. So I think we can go ahead and call it right here. It's been a good episode, and look forward to seeing you next time. So I'm Honorary Cyclops. If you want, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification button and that like, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Take care.